Fiction.
I'm Spencer.
And I'm Kristen.
And we are besties bonding over books.
Today's book,
Onyx Storm.
Ooh.
The behemoth of this book. That is very misleading for page length.
Listen.
Let's address that first.
That's the first thing we need to talk about. This is a page.
What's the page number in this?
The page count is like 5 something. It's a lie. It's 527.
And those indentions.
But like, this is like wall-to-wall page of text. This is not...
There's no margin.
There's no margin.
Yeah.
This is a 700-page book condensed into 500 pages.
Yeah. Our friend read it on her Kindle.
Oh, yeah.
And we were talking about it, and we were like, said something about the page number.
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, it's taking me a while because it's 700-something pages. And we were like, what?
That sounds more accurate.
That's what it is on her Kindle. It's like over 700 plus. And that does sound more accurate.
Like, they just didn't want it to look awful.
Yeah. They don't want it to look so much bigger than the other ones.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it is.
It is. Because that looks...
normal.
That looks on par with the other ones.
And like 500 pages sounds reasonable.
It was so much longer.
It's not reasonable.
And I will say, like...
Do you think it needed to be this long?
No. We'll get into that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, and one thing I like don't like about margins like that is I love the accomplishment of turning a page and getting through.
Yes.
And it takes you so much longer when the margins are like that.
And like, if you're like, okay, I'll read one more chapter, and it's like, oh my god.
That's 45 minutes.
That's like 30 pages, which is actually like 40 pages.
Yeah, it's just like, it's misleading in the worst way.
It is. Rebecca.
Yeah.
Feedback for your next book.
Yeah.
Don't do this to me.
Just
make it 700 pages.
Make it 700 pages. I would love to know what I'm getting into.
Yeah.
It's better for my mental reading game.
Yep.
That I know.
Exactly.
So, yeah. That's like my first bit of feedback.
100% agree. Hard agree. My second bit of feedback, I ordered this book.
Oh.
I pre-ordered this book through Barnes & Noble.
Oh.
to be sent to me on the release day. I got a shipping notification 2 days before the release day. Yep. Great. Makes sense. Perfect. Great. I got this book 6 days later after release day. It was almost a week after it was released. I have no idea why.
Yeah, that was weird.
I have no idea why.
There was no snow at that point.
No, it was just like not moving.
Yeah.
It did not move for the longest time. And I wasn't about to go buy it again.
Yeah.
Just to have it.
Yeah. Barnes & Noble, get your shit together.
Get it together. But yours came from Amazon in time.
Mine came from Amazon in time.
Like late that day, I think, of the release.
Yeah, it came at like 6 or 7 that
day. So Spencer, how fast did you read it?
Ooh. I read it in, because I started it that night, but it was late. I finished it the next night. I didn't work. I mean, I worked. I read between every single meeting, and I was just like, yeah. I would stay up late last night. So I would say it was more than 24 hours. Less than 48.
Okay. It did take me a while to read it, just because it was...
It was hard, though. It was hard. Yeah. It was hard. I'll say that.
Anyway, outside of the actual releasing of the book and the production of it, what would you rate this book? You've sat with it now for a while.
I've sat with it, and I'm like trying to think like in comparison to the other books too.
I think it's better than Iron Flame, in my opinion.
Yes. I would say it's better than Iron Flame. And I'm trying to think of what I rated Iron Flame.
I don't remember what I rated Iron Flame.
I don't either. I would say I'd give it a 4.5.
That's what I was leaning toward.
Yeah. Not a 5.
No. I think it's hard to capture the magic she captured in the first book.
First book. So good.
You've introduced so much, like, plot into what's happening here that I think you just, like, can't recreate that magic.
Yeah.
And because it's now more than 3 books, like, it feels like we just have more questions than answers every single book.
It reminded me, like, while I was reading it, it reminded me a lot of how I felt when I was, like, in the middle of oh my gosh. What am I thinking? Why can't I think of the words?
Who's it by?
Well, I can't think of what the first book is. Oh, Throne of Glass.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking Empire Storm, like, I was thinking Kingdom of Ash, but I couldn't think of the first book. It reminded me of how I felt, like, in the middle of all that.
Of the series.
Okay, yeah. Kind of like you're in the middle of it. You do still have a lot of questions. It's still like
new things keep popping up.
New characters keep popping up. There was a lot of new characters in this. So many. So many. And it's just like, you had to go to TikTok to like really know what was going on.
It took me a while. I'm like, I'm not going to commit this name to memory until I'm like, feel like it's...
Until I've seen it several times. Yeah. So that's how I felt like in the middle of it, as far as kind of
like non-spoilery.
Yeah. But yeah, it's hard to give this book an overview too. I don't even know. I mean, you all know what it is.
Like,
it's the third book.
It's the third book. I would say, like, at this point, the main thing is you're trying to save the failing wards.
Yes.
To prevent the venom from killing everyone.
Yep.
And there's a few ways of doing that. No one's really on the same page.
It's kind of a
power struggle too for it, I feel like.
Yeah, it's kind of a mess.
Yeah,
but we'll get into it.
Yeah. So that's probably all we can say until
if you haven't read it, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Actually, if you haven't read it, take your time. Savor it. We're not going to get another book till 2028.
She told us she hasn't even started writing the fourth book.
She hasn't even started writing it. She's not writing this summer because I'm spending the summer with my family. She's like, I'm not working on anything. And I think actually the next book I think she said she was working on isn't this book. It's another book.
Because she still writes, she writes other books too.
Yeah,
so.
And I think she likes to flop back and forth, and she's not, the next book she's working on is not this book. So if you haven't read it, take your time. Come back in a year.
Or two. Or three.
You'd still have time before the next book comes out. So,
no rush there.
Yeah, so, take your time.
If you have read it, stick around.
And we're going to get into it.
Yes.
Okay. So, what
was your first thought there?
My first thing says, OMG, Zayden better get cured.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I did like how, because
I like that he didn't run away.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that a lot, because I was very nervous that we were going to start this book and he was going to be gone.
Yeah.
And I was going to be...
We can't be together.
Yes, and I was going to be pissed.
Yeah.
I did like that he was there and that, he wasn't, he was obviously, struggling with it.
Yeah.
And is kind of, not as hopeful as Violet is.
Right. He's almost just still there to try and, save everyone before he goes and, dies himself.
Yes.
I would say.
Because I feel like he does have, he wants to protect all of the marked ones and, his part of the kingdom and, that he's, rules over and stuff.
The Duke, I think.
Yeah.
The Duke of. Yeah. So he's, he has a mission, and I think that's, fueling him.
Yeah.
But I think he's still this entire book, but I'm gonna die.
Oh, yeah. He's very doubtful of his, fate.
Yeah. You're not gonna be able to save me.
I have no idea what this note is. It says Severa, and it could be that's, totally a typo. It's such a badass. I don't know who the hell Severa was.
Severa.
I might have mistyped this. It might have autocorrected.
I don't know what Severa is.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that means.
Good job, Severa.
Yeah. I will say, looking back at my notes, there was absolutely alluding to how this book ended.
With the ring? Or with the leaving?
With the ring.
Okay.
With them being... Spoiler alert, married.
Married, yeah. Well, he, throughout the entire book, he refers to her as, his consort.
Well, the third note I have, he, made a comment. I can't remember, it was in response to something. Somebody said something, and he, made a comment that, she would at least be a duchess. Because he's a duke.
Yeah.
And it's just yeah, she would! And then, looking back, I'm oh, yeah, he alluded to it the whole damn book.
And that was his whole plan the whole time.
Yeah.
Because he knew he'd have to leave eventually anyways.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Sawyer on his little crutches? Okay,
he was so depressed.
His storyline in this book, I feel so bad.
I love him and Jacinia too.
Oh yeah. Wait, and I I will say I did appreciate that, because that whole battle at the end of Iron Flame was huge. So it's okay, I guess you can't let
everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that, like...
But he was just his little legs.
His little legs. And I love that he, like, got to, like, help make his, replacement leg or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
What are they called? Amputees. They're, like...
Oh, my gosh.
What is that word?
Why can't I think of that word either?
Know. It's my...
It's like that thing where you're just like, what is this word? Prosthetic! Oh my god!
Wow, why can we not? Thank you, Spencer. Yeah, he like made his own.
My brain
He made his own prosthetic.
Yeah.
And then it was so sweet when he was like trying to get back on his dragon, and he was like, I have to be able to do this. I don't want her to help me.
I know. And Violet's like,
mine helps me all the time.
You see him bending down,
and then the dragon eventually does like bend down.
Yeah. It was very sweet.
It was so sweet.
It was very sweet.
I like that little journey for him.
Yeah.
Did you see all over TikTok? Sorry, real quick about Justinia.
I know you're good.
People were only realizing in this book that she's like deaf.
What?
I don't know. People just like, I don't know. They thought that she was like using sign language, I guess, because like they needed to be quiet in the library. I don't know.
Y'all.
People were only discovering that she was truly deaf in this book.
That is wild.
That is wild. I don't know.
That's wild.
I don't know.
I feel like it was made very clear in the other books.
I mean, you show me someone doing sign language, my immediate thought is she is deaf.
Yes.
She cannot hear you speak.
That is wild.
I know.
And like, why would Sawyer in the last book have been trying to learn some sign language
so hard
if she hadn't been deaf?
I don't know, girl.
If he could just take her out of the library and have a conversation. That is insane.
It is.
That is mind-boggling.
It's concerning for the literacy of the world.
I did not see that stuff on TikTok. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh man, I worry.
It was sad.
Okay. So next, okay, one thing that the whole book, I was trying to like, you know, keep a like eye out for who, because they know pretty early on that there's somebody, because Jack tells them that there are people among them that
are venom, that are like giving information to people.
Yeah.
And it's not Jack, because Jack's like in a dungeon, like locked up pretty well.
Yeah. And because I think who was it in the end? It was somebody I was not expecting. It was somebody in the military.
Well, they show us one person immediately, like not immediately, but like that gets like killed inside the school grounds. Because they turn venom like or something.
Yeah, because there was one part where I was like, oh my god, is it Garrick? Because I was gonna be really mad.
At the very end, they don't actually tell you who it is. People are like theorizing who it is at the very end.
Oh, no,
got turned. Oh, you mean
I mean the person, the people who were like.
No, okay, so we find out that it's one of the professors or something.
Yeah. That's like the inside man. That's like telling them, like selling information or something. Because I don't even know that he was Venom. I think he might have just been like in league with.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, there were parts where I was like thinking it was gonna be like Garrick or somebody like that, and I was like, please don't.
No, I'd have been sad about that.
I'd have been so sad.
But I will say, like, to the Jack Barlow thing really quick, I really don't understand the alloy. I don't understand, like, I don't get it. Because it also, like...
Yeah.
Because even Xaden channeled from the alloy when they were on the islands, too. I'm like, why is this alloy so... I don't understand the alloy.
I don't either.
Just point blank.
Yeah, I'm going to need some, like... if you can explain that, anybody can explain that to us in the comments, please.
I also had a problem, my one, like, gripe with the writing was the number of times she talked about Xaden's onyx eyes and being called Onyx Storm. I don't know why that bothered me so much.
Too on the nose for you?
It was too on the nose so many times. Once, fine. And I hate that she was staring at his eyes a lot. Did it not bother you?
I don't think I noticed it.
Oh my god, I noticed it.
I don't think I picked up on it.
It was like every time she was staring at his eyes, she was like, they're onyx, and like now they're not, and now they're this muted color. She talked like, but she called them onyx every time.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, I get it. He is the Onyx Storm. We get it.
That's
Sorry.
funny.
Yes.
No, you're good. My next note is I was like, I'm very interested in what they, like, the Venin want with Andarna. They're very, like...
Yeah.
She's very keen on getting her specifically. And so, but, like, it's very interesting because it's setting up, it's like one of the things we were talking about earlier where it's like, there's more questions.
Yeah.
I left this book with more questions than answers.
Like, we learn more about Andarna's kind.
Yes, but it's like, why do the Venin know about this? Mm-hmm. Like, because nobody really knows.
Well, supposedly they helped drive out the Venin the first time.
Yeah. But it wasn't her. She was in her shell.
I know.
Like, why do they even know? Like, yeah.
Well, I think that they're just, like, more interested in him. Like, everyone's kind of interested in him, you know?
Yeah.
Just like a question mark.
Oh,
and he could kill the Venin, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it has more to do with that.
Maybe. My next note. The distance signet was badass.
Oh, I loved that.
Like, when that was revealed, and then you reveal that, like, the marked ones usually have two signets.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Because they told us previously, only people that get two signets is if, like, your dragon has bonded someone else in your family line, I think, was, like, the main way to do it.
Which why Xaden had two, without two dragons.
Grandfather.
Yeah. But he would have had two anyway, because he was one too. Maybe I'll have three.
Yeah. Nah, I don't know about that.
It's a little much.
A little greedy there.
It's a little greedy.
But no, that was really interesting. But yeah, I did like that one a lot.
Yeah. While we're talking about signets.
Did you like Violet's reveal?
No.
I
didn't either. I did not. And I will say,
okay,
I'm like holding out hope. Because in one of those interviews that Rebecca had in one of those, like, panels when she was doing releases, somebody asked her, like, what percentage of her signet has Violet tapped into for not the, not lightning, but her, dream walking signet. And she was like, 4%.
Well, because, like...
And so I'm like, okay, well, maybe this has got places to go.
Well, because Xaden was saying that, like, she could one day just enter someone's mind.
Yeah. Well, it's like a type of intrinsic... So they're both intrinsic or whatever.
They're both dangerous. Yeah. You can't tell anyone.
They both be killed.
Because it's like, you do it while you're sleeping, but if you can do it, like, while you're awake and they're just sleeping and you can go anywhere in their mind you want to, like, that's dangerous.
Some Inception shit going on.
Yeah.
Plan of thought.
I also just, like... I like it... But I'm also kind of like, I don't understand. Okay, I have another question. I don't understand. Like, I understand she was in Xaden's dreams.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's coming to play, hopefully, in the next book, too. Like, they'll get to see each other in their dreams or something.
Oh, yeah, because she becomes aware that she's not,
Yeah, because she becomes aware, and she's able to make him aware to some degree.
Yeah.
But the, like, what is he called? Sage?
Mm-hmm.
The sage seems sentient in the dream, too. And that's what I don't get.
Maybe they're a dreamwalker too.
Maybe.
But then it's like, do they have signets? It's a whole...
Because we know they have powers.
They have powers.
Because that... Thermopolis person, I can't remember the name.
One of them's a storm wielder. Like her mom was. Yeah, so I guess it's a signet. But is it technically a signet?
But they're channeling from the earth.
Yeah.
Not their Waverns.
Waverns, yeah.
So yeah, it's so interesting. I don't really understand it.
Yeah. If somebody does understand it,
let us know.
Let us know. Explain it to us.
Yeah, the signets are really interesting.
Yeah. Because I don't know if you would call that... Because I don't know if a signet is solely like what you're... You can only classify it if it's coming like via dragon.
I mean, they probably just call it something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. And I understood that it needed to be something passive. Because you couldn't give her something physical because she has lightning. So it made sense for the balance, but it also was just kind of like, it felt kind of weak. But I know there's more to come, so I'm just like holding out hope.
I think that'll be a big way for her to interact with Xaden when he's not here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When he's gone.
Also, maybe if I reread the books again, I get it. But, there was that whole thing where they said that or like Rebecca said that there were like a lot of clues for her signet in the first and second book, and I'm like, were there? But were there?
I mean, she's been having those dreams of Xaden's for a while, but that's about it.
Yeah, but it just didn't seem. I guess I didn't think.
Unless the more developed part of it was also hiding somewhere, we just don't know.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair. A lot to come for that.
Yeah.
We gonna see
in a few years.
Yeah.
What's next?
Were
you becoming a professor yet? Because Professor Xaden was 10 out of 10. I don't remember what part of the book.
Oh yeah, we're getting to that.
Okay.
My next note is I need Dane's dad dead.
Oh my god, he comes back as like the new Sorengale. Like, what is she? What was she? Head of the school?
Yeah, like not commissioner.
Commander?
Commander? Yeah. Something like that.
I was so mad he was back. He's the worst.
He sucks so bad.
And he's like living in their old bedroom quarters.
Oh yeah.
So icky.
Super creepy.
We had to continue Dane's redemption arc.
I know, and you know what? As someone who was so...
I'm bought in.
Someone who was so anti-Dane in the first book and the second book.
It worked.
Yeah, you got me.
You got me.
You got me.
I feel like...
You got me.
You could see why he had done it and his dad was just so shitty.
You had other characters to compare him to that were actually shitty, and you're like, oh wait,
he's just misguided.
He's just a teenager.
Yeah, and then he like helped her get those pages in the book.
Yes.
And it worked. I feel like you got more of their backstory too, which helped.
Oh yeah.
But I did love the scene.
Oh, I didn't say. Yeah, go ahead.
The best scene. They're in like that first town they visit.
Yeah, when they get on Adventure Squad.
Yeah, they get on Adventure Squad and they're going to get some books from her dad, and they get to this library place, bookstore, and the lady's like asking her questions, and she's like, did she assume they were married?
She's like, your dad said something, or she assumed they were together.
Yeah, she's. I wish I could remember the exact words. It was so funny.
It was hilarious.
Oh my god.
It like referenced them, and like in the note, he left her a note or something, or like I forget, but it was basically her dad thought that her and Dane were gonna
get married one day.
Be married one day.
Yeah, and she thought that like Xaden was Dane for a second or something.
Yeah.
Like,
hey Dane. Oh, that's what she did. She was like, oh Dane.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
No, that's not Dane.
No, that's not Dane.
I thought that was hilarious.
It was so funny.
And like the other members of the Adventure Squad just like cracking up.
Laughing.
I was just like, yes, this is fabulous.
It was 10 out of 10 comedy. And I think that
so
when they were walking there too, there was some kind of like interaction about it was like a memory they were sharing, and Xaden was so jealous.
Oh, yeah.
And he made some, like, accidental innuendo. Dane did.
Oh, yeah.
That was some good comedy.
It was good stuff. Oh, anytime that like, when they were on Adventure Squad, and the prince was there, and they had brought Dane.
Oh, my God.
They had brought Dane with the intention to translate, because he spoke so many languages.
Yeah.
And then everywhere they went, the prince was like...
Fluent. Sounded so much better.
Dane was like, what am I doing here? And he was like, why didn't you tell us? He was like, nobody asked. Like, it was so funny.
It was so funny. So
We
didn't know Dane was going to be a comedic relief here, but he was.
He was. And it was very surprising. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got me. Dane, you got me. Oh.
Take some giggles.
Yeah, like, are they, like, setting him up to, like, have an, like, romantic entanglement with Liam's younger sister?
The prince or... Wait,
no. Dane.
Dane? Maybe?
I saw some TikToks about that.
Okay.
Yeah, because, like, at the end, like, he's the one, like, when they're, like, wanting her... She's doing something. I forget what she's doing. There's a lot of shit that happens in this book.
There is.
It's very hard to dissect.
I feel like that makes it actually easier going by characters a little bit when we're talking here.
Yeah. And he's, like, says some stuff to her. He's like, basically, like, the one who, like, gets her to kind of, like, concentrate and, like, whatever.
Whatever she has to do.
Yeah.
Maybe. He deserves love.
He does. Well, there's like this one line where she's like, "I'll hurt you," and he like says something back. He's like, "Oh, don't I know it?" or something. I'm like, "Oh, I'm kind of here for this."
Okay.
And it's like, why am I here for this? Oh my gosh, Rebecca, you made me like care for Dane and love interest. This is great. I was here for it.
Yes. Oh, I'd like that.
Yeah.
He deserves some love.
It is actually easier talking about characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's think about who I was so glad we got so much more in the book was Riddick.
And I love Riddick.
Yes!
You know I love Riddick. I was so happy.
He was gold.
He was like such a good friend.
He was my favorite character.
When he asked to become part of Adventure Squad and when he gave the reason why, he was like, we're not good when we're together. Like, you get hurt when we're not all together.
Yes.
But one of us is not with you.
It was so sweet.
It was so sweet.
He's like, basically, like, we're family.
Yes. And he's there when they find Darna's kind. And he finds out about Zayden.
Oh, yeah.
And he's so mad. Rightfully so.
He's so mad.
But he's also so caring.
He's like mad. He's like the best kind of version of a friend because he's so mad. But he's like...
Mad for her.
Mad for her. And like, but he's also like... Supportive. He's not just like, okay, well, I'm mad and I'm just going to write you off.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, okay.
Like, you have to tell our friends.
Yes. He's like, okay, what are we doing about this?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he was so great in the whole book.
He was. And he gets some, like, love here and there. I don't think he has a true love interest yet.
No.
I was really worried he was going to die. Because they were showboating him so much.
I know. And I was
really concerned. I did feel bad for, Kat. Kat finally kind of got over.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That island or wherever they were at, they went to a lot of freaking islands.
They went to so many. That was my thing a little bit. You could have shortened it by not going to so many islands.
Yes.
I will say that.
Is that is the 0.5 that I'm taking off this book.
Yeah.
Is that, and like, it was such a, like, kind of like a mind fuck because it was like, so much happened.
Yeah.
That I feel like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Because it was almost like...
Well, they kept failing.
Yes. It was like so... Yeah, they kept going to these freaking islands and it was failing. And like, I can't even tell you what islands were which. I like know what stuff was happening on them, but I couldn't tell you like a name.
No, I could tell you like...
Like, that was the one, it was like kind of a stadium and people were watching them open those gifts.
Yeah.
When that guy died, I was pissed.
I was so mad.
I was like, you kidding me?
She was finally moving on.
She was happy.
Yeah.
And he was so nice.
He was so nice.
And I was just like, what the hell?
And like, if probably someone had to die on their little adventure and like... And people died actually earlier than that. There was a lot of death actually. They died earlier with a fire. That girl like freaked out and set everything on fire.
Oh, that's when the Adventure Squad...
That was the first Adventure Squad. That was a huge failure.
And it had like, the professors were like, we're coming with you.
They were getting like some piece of jewelry to go trade it with that guy.
Yeah. Oh, the king.
Yeah, the king of the first place.
That the other prince. I hated that guy.
Oh my god, her ex-boyfriend?
He sucks.
Wait, that brings up something good too. Would you, like, why did Zayden not know about him?
Oh, I don't know.
I thought that was so weird.
Well, maybe she was ashamed because he's such a
horrible person.
Like a horrible person.
I know.
No, yeah, he sucks.
Sucks
because
so hard.
Yeah, it's like, he's not a nobody. He's literally the crown prince.
That you knew was coming.
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm like, give a guy a heads up. He handled it pretty well, but
it was weird. I hated him.
I know.
I was like, keep him. When that king wanted to keep him,
keep him. Even like in that whole interaction, like he still wasn't worth anything.
No,
like he was not helpful.
He had no redemption.
No redemption.
What I really think is gonna happen is that because we haven't like really like seen the king.
I know, that's kind of weird, isn't it?
I think he's gonna die off somehow.
Okay.
And
that guy will become king.
But
then we have to get Arik.
He
has to be the final king.
He has got to be the final king.
He's one of my favorite characters in this book.
He was so interesting.
I adored him. He was like, was a freshman, but he was like, us freshmen want to help. At the very beginning, like they're trying to like help them like find information.
Yeah.
And then like he comes along and he like admits to his brother who he is because he's been like missing this whole time.
Yeah.
And then he comes out and he's like got all these languages. He has a signet. What was the signet?
Well,
because he was hiding his signet too.
He can tell the future.
Right, and it's better than that other guy's because he doesn't need...
It's like a different kind of foresight.
Yeah. The other guy was like just like battle foresight or something.
Oh, yeah. He can see the end of a battle.
Yeah,
but he can see...
everything.
He can see anything.
And that's why he starts doing things, like leaving things for Violet.
Yes. And he like leaves little nuggets. And it was so like... it was frustrating when you find out, because it's like, what the hell, man? But then it's like, he would make such a good king because he is not abusing that power. If his brother had that,
he doesn't even want people to know, I feel like.
Yeah. He's just like, I'm not trying to like...
Like, he used it to, like, save the temple girls because he knew that would be important later.
Yes.
Like, he's using it to save people.
Yeah.
And it is influencing the battles. And technically, yeah, it's in his favor.
Yeah.
But they're really good guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And he's not just trying to, like, shortcut to the end. He's like, we have to do this. It reminded me of like Doctor Strange in Endgame. He's like, there's just one way. He's like, there's a lot of different ways this can play out.
One way for it to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I liked him a lot.
I did too.
I like that I'm glad they ditched his brother.
They had to.
If he had been in this whole book.
Oh, well, like those first two were enough.
I would have been so annoyed. I would have been hella annoyed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so, my next note was Professor Ryerson is hot. Hot.
It was so fun.
I was here for it, but I was not here for Dane's dad being like,
you guys can't be together.
There's a rule. Oh, okay.
They have little people watching them.
Okay, there's a note in here somewhere. I don't know where it is, but, here it is. It's like, I found it so funny how they were like on this like quest, on this like adventure squad, but then they were still so concerned about what was happening at school. It's like, why?
Yeah.
It's war, guys. Like, why does it even matter that he's a professor and she's like a student? It doesn't matter. We're all about to die anyway.
Because he was like talking to the OG prince that we hate, and he was like, am I the professor here, or am I like a commander? And he's
I love that.
You're not the professor. And he's like, okay, great. Val and I are sharing a bedroom. Bye.
Yeah, I love that.
Yes.
But it's like, they're all still concerned about graduating, and I'm like...
And like,
what are we doing?
And like, oh, like your grades shouldn't be allowed to like do certain things. And it's like, bro, there won't be a school.
Exactly. I thought that was very interesting. It's just like, what does this matter?
Yeah.
I feel like this is just like small potatoes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like,
but I feel like
for like, we gotta study for this test. I'm like, wow, we're all about to die.
And like the professors too were kind of carrying on. And I know that, like they were actually teaching important things. Like when Zayden became a professor, he was teaching like you have to learn how to battle against this stuff.
Oh yeah.
But some of the testing stuff, yeah. And like she's so bad at runes. Poor girl.
Oh,
she cannot get runes.
So bad at runes.
And that's where you kind of find out that Imogen has a crush on
was it
Bodhi. On Bodhi.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
That was fun. I'm all about some love interest.
They were cute.
The island that they went to. The one without magic, and he's just so at peace.
I know. I was so sad.
Heartbroken for him. He was just like very like a weight lifted.
That's why it like sucks, because it's like he doesn't want this. Like, why can't you like give it back?
Right.
Like, why does that have to
And I will say he does a really good job of not channeling.
He does. He makes it like he gives himself a deadline or whatever, or a goal of like 100 days.
Yeah.
He does really well, but he does like when she's in danger, he like can't help himself.
Yeah.
And that's what's so dangerous.
Yeah.
And this whole time, we can talk about this right now too. This whole time, her and I guess Bodhi are like preparing for if he does go full venom.
Yes.
And like she has like these vials with her. Like they make sure that she has like her knives on her like whenever possible. Once like someone's always with Zayden.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was kind of like sad the whole time.
Yeah. This one note says, let them have Holden. Or Halden.
Oh, that was his name.
Next it says, man, them saying I love you so much is great, but does not bode well for the end of this book. I was preparing myself for the end of this book because we got so much of them.
I know, like being, not necessarily happy, but being like a couple.
Yes, and that's like, I think, I feel like I've seen a lot of mixed reviews on this book online. But like, one of the things that I liked about it so much was that we did get so much of them.
After Iron Flame.
Yes, when it was just like...
They were just always apart.
Yeah, and like flying back and forth and whatnot. Like, I felt like we got... And Violet was so much less annoying in this book.
She was.
She was way better.
She was.
It was like...
She was like using her brain.
Yes.
It was nice.
She was way less whiny.
Yes.
She was like, okay, well, this plan didn't work. Let's come up with another plan.
Yeah.
It was so much better.
It was so much
It's
better.
like she grew up. And it was like, okay, cool.
More can do that to you, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, I'm here for it.
Yeah, yeah. I would agree with that.
Here for it. Oh, when they went to the island, my next note is, OMG, her hair means something when they go to the island. And her, like, it's like she looks like the people there.
The priestesses that are
yeah. And then, I guess this is
dedicated.
This is a good segue into her parents. Her parents kind of suck.
We always knew her mom sucked, but learning her dad sucks kind of sucked.
Yeah, her mom was alive, so, you got that first-hand knowledge of she was awful.
Yeah.
Even though she, sacrificed herself, whatever. But her dad, I'm like...
I get that he, left her clues.
But they were... I'm not here for him.
And, there was some of the negative feedback for this book, too, that I read was around this whole piece of it with the hair and her dad. Because, when she gets to that place, they're like, no, she didn't ask any questions. You see someone with your exact hair, and you're not going to ask questions.
What does this mean?
Yeah, and you're not going to, research it at all.
Yeah.
And it's, the whole...
That's fair.
They find out that it's, he went to go dedicate her to this deity and then changed his mind. And, his mom was pissed about it, and their grandma stopped talking to them over it.
Oh, yeah.
And, none of that just, it doesn't... In my opinion, it doesn't align with what I assumed her father would be.
No.
And I don't know if that's just, Rebecca decided these things later on, and it just, changed his characterization.
Oh, yeah.
Or if we were, meant to, not know.
I don't know.
I'm
also very intrigued by one of those notes or something that he left where he was like, only trust your sister.
Well, he thought that her brother was dead.
Oh, yeah. But it's just nobody else?
Yeah.
Not one other person? But her
mom was still alive at that point, too.
I know! It's just only trust your sister.
But the sister was pissed because he left those books to her and not her.
Yeah, her sister was pissed.
She was.
She was very pissed. And then she went to go see that grandma because she's like, well...
I'm going to go talk to grandma.
I'm going to do something.
I feel for Mira.
Yeah.
I think that she, makes logical decisions.
Yeah. When she finds out that Zayden's venom, she's like, so we're killing him?
Yeah, immediately, death.
Yeah. And then Brennan's like, nah.
And she's getting some love set up, too. Kat's cousin?
Yeah, the guy who gets the cat.
Yeah.
The guy who gets the cat. He gets the cat as the gift.
They've been flirting the whole time, too.
Yeah.
They have, a hate relationship.
Yeah. They're what they're setting up there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she's not in this book a ton.
Mira?
Yeah.
No, I feel she is part of the adventure squad.
Yeah.
But she's not in the forefront of any of the things, I feel like.
Yeah, I'd agree. There's still so much stuff online about her brother. Oh,
and the guy, what was his name?
The first rider.
Yeah,
that Taryn doesn't want her ever to talk about.
That helped save his life. Mm-hmm. The theories that he's been in, right?
Yeah, theories that he's been in, and that's why Brennan has or is his name Brennan?
Yes.
That's why he has such an investment of finding, because he loves him and
he wants a cure too.
Yeah.
Because he learns about Zayden and is immediately down to help find a cure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Suspiciously so.
And while she's passed out or something, he's on the hunt for things.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he didn't realize she didn't realize that's where he was going, but he's trying to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is I buy into that theory.
I buy into that theory more than people thinking that Brennan's bad.
Yes. I think he'd rather save that person than become Venom.
Yes.
Because there's some theories, because we can talk about the end of the book really quick. At the end of the book, there's supposed to be Zayden has a brother, quote unquote, a Venom brother.
Who has transformed.
Who's also, and he's I can't believe he did this because he watched me go through this.
Yes.
So there's a lot of theories about who that is, and one of them is that it's Brennan. Because he wants to be with...
I cannot think of his name.
I can't either.
Yeah, so many names.
I don't agree with that.
No.
I don't think it'd be him.
I think it would be...
The other ones are...
Garrett. Or Bodhi.
And I've also seen Riddick, too, I feel like. Or was he in the... No, maybe he was in the...
I forget.
Was he in the epilogue? I can't remember the epilogue, whatever, the last chapter. Because
I don't remember.
Because Brennan was there too. I don't think it would have been him. I can't remember.
There's a lot of theories.
There's a lot of theories. But it's like, I think it has to, I mean, those all make sense though, because I did watch it happen.
Yeah.
And I could see any of them, like, sacrificing themselves to save someone.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I'd agree.
So I'm nervous for that part.
I know. I hope we find out quick.
You know, I wonder...
Well, we're not going to find out quick. It'll be years.
I know, and it's like, I wonder how they're going to do it, because, like, it's all been from Violet's point of view this entire time. We never get Xaden's point of view.
Yeah, that's true.
And if he's just off effing around with the Venom, we're not going to, like, get any information unless it's, like, her dream walking.
Oh, maybe that's what it'll... Yeah.
That just seems like such, like, a long, hard way to do it, though.
Like, a long way around.
Like, I would... If she gave us 2 point of views in the next book, I would eat it up. I would love that.
Oh, yeah. I would, too.
I would love that.
We're here for it.
Yes.
Here for that. His mom.
I was heartbroken. It hurt so bad.
Like, I had such a...
I assumed she was dead for some reason, but I forgot that she just, like, left.
Well, I knew that they were gonna... I had a feeling they were gonna introduce her in this book.
Okay.
And I had, like, higher hopes for her. That
she would be more, like, a redemption.
Yes.
Like, get more, like, be worthy of redemption.
Yes, and she was not.
She was not.
She sucked.
Her
husband sucked.
Her husband sucked.
Thank
God for Violet in that scene, or they would have not escaped.
No. And I, like, felt so bad for Xaden, because he just, like, sees her with, like, 2 kids or whatever.
Sons,
yeah. I was just like, you suck.
And she also, like...
She did not seem remorseful at all.
No, and she was trying to, like, reason with Xaden, because she wanted Xaden to basically do the same thing that she did.
Yes.
And marry...
Oh.
Was marrying Kat or something? Marrying... No.
It was Kat, I think.
Yeah.
He was like, she's like, that's why we betrothed y'all, because it was like, the contract was like, it's such a good whatever match.
Yeah. And then you guys could, like, you can get with Violet afterwards.
Yes!
And, like, even in her mind at that moment, like, she saw it as, like, the right thing to do.
Yeah, it was icky.
And then her husband sucked. Like, he poisoned the cake. And who ate it? One of them ate it.
I think was it Garrett?
One of them Garrett.
I think it was Garrett. Because it was like, oh, cake from home.
Yeah, it was so sad.
Yeah.
But you saw in that moment that, like, they were horrible people.
Yeah, it's like I can't remember what I like equated it to, but it's like the people, because it wasn't that the island that was like very
valued
like knowledge and stuff.
Yes, valued knowledge.
And it's just like people like that who like have no like context are so dangerous.
Well, it's like Divergent, like that series.
Yes,
the people that wanted to take over were the area.
Kate Winslet. Yeah, that's what it made me think of. It's just like they
know best.
They think they know best. They think they know everything because like of all like whatever.
And if you aren't as smart as them, you deserve to die.
Yeah, it's icky.
Yeah.
Yeah. She could die.
I know, that island made me so sad.
She could die, and I would not be.
I think that eventually we'll see her, like, come through on something. I think actually she did end up getting their soldiers, didn't she? And part of, like, giving them the antidote? Or was that no, that was the last group. Never mind.
Oh, yeah.
She only got soldiers from one of them.
I have, like, a lot of stuff where it's just like, is he the traitor? Is he the traitor? But it ended up being that professor.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Andarna's kind.
Andarna's one of my favorite characters.
Oh, love Andarna.
I still picture Andarna as gold, even though I know he's black now.
Yeah.
He's always gold in my heart.
It's just like, it's such a pretty, like, visual where it's just like black and gold.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole thing, like, they want to find Andarna's species so they can have them and like power up all the wards to protect all of them from Venom, and then we also find out that Andarna can like destroy a Venom, and that might help them in the battle.
Yeah, honestly, this is kind of like Divergent too, where it's like they have the people that's outside that's like, you failed.
Yeah.
Or like, well, I guess Divergent is like what didn't fail, but like they come.
We were hoping.
Yeah, the dragons come back and they're like,
we left you there because we figured when you came to, we would know if this was all, if they were worthy of, like, Because they didn't like how violent they were.
Yes, because that's what they were asking for them to come back and help fight. And they're like, you haven't learned your lesson
No.
in however many years.
And then they, like, immediately clock that Xaden's venom, and then all are, like, pissed about that, which is, like, fair.
But he's good.
and Darna's just, like, so hurt.
So heartbroken.
So hurt.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, because she's, like, defending her family, essentially.
Yeah, she's like, Violet is my girl.
Yeah, and they're, like,
I've chose her.
disgusted that, like, they're, like, bonding with humans still.
Yeah, they're like, you're not past this.
Yeah, it's so sad.
They're also very, like, holier than thou.
They are. And so they all just, like, leave. They're like...
That was very sad.
Good luck.
Because it was the whole Adventure Squad was, like, going to this precipice, and then it was like, you're not helping anybody.
Yeah, and they had, like, they knew that they were also committing treason when they started this adventure, and they were hoping that getting that piece would make them forgive them.
Yeah.
So they kind of, like, had to come home to Daddy Dane and be like...
I hate him so much. I hate him so much. Ugh.
And they did get in trouble.
Yeah.
Which sucked. But then, okay, and Darna's kind came back and did save them with the temple thing.
Oh, yeah.
That one guy came back and was kind of like, we'll help you.
Yeah.
And Darna was, wait.
And Darna...
But he came back and said, we'll take you, but you have to break the bond.
Yeah, that was sad.
I was so heartbroken.
It was very sad.
Oh my gosh. And so they were like...
People usually die.
Yeah. But they were like, you're powerful, Darna, you can do it. And he does it, and she can't hear him anymore. And it's like a physical pain.
Yeah, it was sad.
It was so sad.
It was very sad.
But then at the end, Darna does come back and save him.
Yes. I was very... Because I was like, we're not getting Darna until the next book.
I didn't think so either. It actually happened pretty quick, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Oh, there was also another comment. I don't know who made this comment.
Okay.
But I have like a little question mark here. Because someone said something about Dane. Like, someone like Dane should not have that much power. Like, specifically about Dane. And I don't remember who said it. And I don't remember in what context it was. It was like when he was doing something. But they were like, yeah, someone like you shouldn't have that much power. And I was like, what is that? It was very quick comment.
Is it because of who his dad is?
I don't know. Maybe. But it was just something that like I picked up on and I was like, I don't know what this means.
My only other thought would be that it's like his little mind reading thing.
Yeah. And then next, because you have the whole like battle at the end.
Yes.
But then like my next note is married with no memory, WTF.
Okay, so we're at the end now. Okay.
We're at the end.
So, I feel like a lot happens, of course, at the very end.
A lot does happen. It's very, like...
Very chaotic.
Yeah.
And, like, I guess I also don't really get, like, what's happening with the wards. Because they're, like, getting further and further. And
yeah. Because they came back and helped them power. Like,
and Darna's friend came back and helped them power it.
So, they're good.
So, they're good right now. And,
wards
like,
are
they
good.
didn't start dropping.
Yeah.
But it was, like, almost too late. Like, we'd already gotten...
Yeah.
A lot of, like, battle happening.
Yeah.
And...
Somebody's turn.
It's the girl that's been, like, chasing Violet this whole time. The T-girl.
Yeah.
She's been trying to, like, recruit Violet.
Yeah, they want her.
They want her.
Yeah.
They know that Xaden's venom, and they're like, come with us.
Yeah. And she's they figure out she's a storm wielder.
Like her mom.
Yeah.
They thought she was a lightning wielder like Violet. But they're like, you're once in a generation.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she dies at the end.
She does. I was not expecting that.
I wasn't either. Like, she seemed like she was going to be a main bad person, but then they bring back the OG Sage, and, like, he's still alive and still the main bad person, I guess.
Yeah, and he wants them both.
He wants them both. I guess because they're both powerful.
Yeah.
But it seems like there's something bigger going on here.
I feel like we have not gotten the big picture.
I don't think we have either.
I think we've gotten little, like, speckles of it. But
like,
nothing. I feel like it's gonna like zoom out.
Because it's like it made sense. There was like the hypothesis that like Xaden's mom was Venom. Clearly, she's not.
Yes,
that would have made sense. There's a hypothesis that like Violet's dad is Venom. Also could have made sense.
Yeah,
but I don't think that that's true either.
It's just like, why do they want them so much?
It's like, why? I think there has to be like some kind of like familiar, like someone personal to them, or they're like unlocking something bigger that no one knows about.
Yes,
and we don't know what that is.
It's just like these two. It's like these two signets with basically what is gonna be like some kind of like mating bond.
Yeah.
Together is just like such a power.
Such a power
that they're like, yeah, we're getting this.
But it just like it really does seem like so odd that like they're so hyper focused on it.
They are very hyper focused on it. They want them.
They want them.
I mean, like they're like, we don't want you dead.
Right. They're not trying to kill them. Like she could have killed. She proved that she almost killed her. Like she could have killed her like 10 times.
Yeah. She's like, we want you to come with us.
Yeah. And she thinks that she's gonna get her to by like being like, you can be with Xaden. Mm-hmm. Like there's no way to cure him.
Yeah.
Just come be with him.
There better be a way to cure him. There better be a way to cure him. Oh man.
So she ends up. That girl ends up dying. Like people are getting hurt. Mm-hmm. Violet's like flying around, whatever. And then I can't remember
exactly how the battle ends, or I guess the
battle. Like
the ward's up, so it's
the wards get up by the guy. The firing of it.
Yeah.
And.
So they all
and we're getting kind of like this was weird. Maybe we will get Xaden's point of view next chapter.
And they hopped around point of view.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
I did not care.
I didn't like that either.
I did not care for that. I was like, what is happening?
Like Imogen's like best friend dies, and I'm like, what? Yeah, like so sad. What is happening?
Popped to her, and you popped to Mira, I think.
Yeah.
And you popped. Did you pop to somebody else?
You popped one of the guys, I think, too.
Yeah, I think you popped to a guy.
It was just...
Maybe it's Riddick. Maybe it's not.
It was just so odd.
It was very just like all of a sudden...
Rhea.
Her
Rhiannon,
friend.
Violet. Imogen.
Imogen, for sure. Maybe it wasn't Mira.
Violet again. Maybe it was Rhea that we're thinking of.
It was jarring.
And then Xaden.
It was jarring. I was like, what? Okay.
And then, yeah, so at the end, they all save each other. I don't really know.
Yeah.
They save each other, and you're like, okay, cool, we're good. And then, like, you cut to a new chapter where Violet's coming to, and it's like, what's happening? Yeah. Where have I been? And it's like night. It's like she lost all these hours of time.
She lost like 14 hours of time.
Yeah. And then, like, she looks down and sees a ring, and then she has a note from Xaden, doesn't she?
It says,
don't look for me.
It's yours. Don't look for me.
Yeah.
Or take care of it.
And, like, Imogen removed her memories, and she's like, you asked me to.
Yeah. And it's like Imogen, and she's gonna be so tight-lipped in the next book, and I'm like,
because her loyalty is to Xaden.
Yeah, but like, tell us what happened.
Yeah.
I do love the theories that they got married because
they love each other.
Well, yeah, obviously. But I do love the theories that they got married specifically to bind his, like, what is still left of his soul to her, so, like, he can never be completely gone. Like, he'll never, like, as far as he'll go into, like, his venom self, there will be a piece of his soul that is bound to her that will be, like, redeemable, like, will be savable.
Interesting.
I like that theory a lot.
Because it gives you hope.
It gives me hope! I'm just like, yes, tether to this.
Yeah. I'm so he's definitely with the Sage now, and there's someone else with him.
Absolutely.
We learned that it's like the mole's gone now.
It's gonna be like a double agent. Violet's gonna be just like walking into his mind the whole time.
That's what I'm like, how can you trust Xaden, you know, at that point, if you're the Sage?
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't trust him.
I wouldn't either. And like, I guess you don't know about her power.
Yeah,
so, like,
that's true.
You could think that, like,
he's cut off ties.
He's keeping her safe by being here.
Yeah.
I don't, like, what do you think's gonna happen?
I don't know. I think we got so much of this book, they're gonna be separated, like, the whole next book.
Yeah, I really would love a dual point of view.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what she was setting up at the very end of this book.
Yeah.
Because I think that would be the only way
you can kind of get some insight.
I can get insight into both. And, like, that way I think you'll learn a lot more about what's happening on the Venom side, too.
Yeah, like, what their in-game is.
What their in-game is. We probably will see Brennan's lover pop up.
Yeah.
I just, there has to be more there.
Absolutely.
I don't know. We should probably do, like, a whole, like when it finally gets closer, we can, like, do, like, a reread maybe, and we can do, like, a whole theories video.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
Just to, like, tide us over until the next one comes out.
Yeah.
Because, like, right now, my mind is literally just, like, Xaden has to, like you said, be a double agent and, like, help figure out what's happening. But he says, like, don't look for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like, she doesn't have to look for you. She just pop in your dream.
I know. But it's like, what's gonna happen? And if they still want her, they're gonna keep going after her.
Yeah.
And yeah, the wards are fine now, but like, their end game is still to destroy the Venom, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that like, and I'm gonna hate this, but I feel like we'll get like more school stuff at the beginning of the next book because it'll be like, we're safe behind the wards.
Year 3.
Yeah, because they had a fight to let them have the griffins behind the wards. That was a big point too.
Yeah.
So I feel like we'll get more of that.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. So worried.
Yeah. And it's all not even going to be the last book.
I know, there's more.
Yeah.
I know, that's why I'm like, I really don't think we have the main conflict right. Like, I don't think that it's been fully revealed.
Yeah.
Because I just like, even if you spend an entire book, it's 5, like the number that she's planned for?
Yeah.
I feel like even if you spend the entire 4th book getting plans and like
revealing,
taking things down from the inside.
Yeah.
And then at the end of that book, maybe Xaden gets to come back to the good side. And then the whole 5th book would be just like
the final battle. Yeah, the final conflict.
I think there has to be like something more in it.
Well, that'll be in like 2032.
You keep adding years to this.
That's it. The 5th book could absolutely come out in 2032.
Oh, the 5th book. Okay.
Yeah. That's 7 years from now. It could absolutely be that long.
I'll be 40.
Oh my god. Oh my god. We're 39?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it. I'll take it back. I take it back. Everything I said. 2032 doesn't exist.
That's not a real world.
Ah! Okay.
Yeah.
Ending on that note.
It's a big book. A lot of things happened.
Had a big book hangover from it.
I know, that's why I had a hard time. Like, I don't think I read that many books. I had to read the book club book, and if I hadn't to read that, I probably would not have been able to get into another book.
Yeah.
But that's a very different world, too.
It was very, very big book hangover.
Yeah. And it just feels like so many unanswered questions.
Mm-hmm. And knowing that we're not going to get the answers for a very long time.
I know.
I mean,
darn it, Rebecca Yarros.
We're going to get I think we're absolutely going to get the first season of the show before we get the next book.
Oh, I cannot wait for that.
I'm here for it.
That'll hold me over, I think.
Yeah.
I think it would.
It would, for sure.
100%. I can't wait for them to tell us more. Mm-hmm. They keep teasing casting, I feel like, so hopefully that comes out soon.
Yeah. Well, cheers.
What are we cheersing to, Spencer?
Xaden's onyx eyes.
When you do a reread, you will notice it so much. Because it bothered me so much.
That's hilarious.
Cheers to the Adventure Squad.
Oh, to the Adventure Squad. They were great.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We'll see you when we're 40.
Jesus Christ. So join us next week for whatever we're reading. I'm not sure what it is.
Whatever we're reading. It'll be great. Don't worry.
Until next time. Bye.